All right, we've got 52. We divide it by 12, and it gives 4 remainder 4, which is actually 4 plus 4 over 12. And we're interested in the sum of all the numbers that when we divide by 12, we get a whole number answer. So let me call that n, and then remainder exactly the same. So that's going to be n over 12 if I write it as a fraction, which means question mark is going to be 12n plus n when I times through by 12, or 13n. So I'm interested in all numbers in this form, basically. So with n is 1, I'd get question mark was 13, and then 13 over 12 is 1 remainder 1, so 1 plus 1 over 12. Same will go on for 2, and so on. All right, let's take a little look. What would happen when n is equal to 11? Then question mark would be 13 times 11, whatever that is, so 143, and then 143 over 12 is going to equal 1, and then I'm going to get another 1, and it's going to be remainder 1. Sorry, remainder 11. But if I go beyond that to n equals 12, then it breaks basically. I'm going to get 13 times 12, and when I do that, 13 times 12, and I divide by 12, I'm actually going to get a whole number answer, because basically the remainder can only be less than what you're actually dividing by. So there's no way, like basically the pattern breaks here. And so I'm interested in all the multiples of 13 up to 11, adding them all together. Now well, let me do it a bit slower. So 13 times 1 plus 13 times 2, all the way up to 13 times 11. And we can factorize out the 13 of that to make life a little bit easier. So I only want to add up the numbers from 1 to 11. And there's a little trick for doing this. If you want to ever add up the first whole numbers up to n, it is a half times n plus 1. This is the nth term for triangle numbers, well worth knowing. Because here, n is 11, so I do 13 times a half times 11 times 12. I can just cancel those two out to leave me 6. Probably best to just do 13 times 66. Which one's the best one to times first? I'm not sure. So 13 times 6 is 78, so I'm going to get 780 when I do 13 times 60, 780 plus 13 times 6, 78, and that is going to give me my answer. It's going to be 858. All right, well done.